Well, in general, you should have a realtor. It's a good idea. It's a good investment, plain and simple. If you want somebody who's a straight shooter, who will tell you exactly what you need to know, who is considerate of your feelings, but is also very direct in reality, Kirk Simmon. That's bottom line.
One thing I appreciated about Kirk was that I like to have a lot of information, and I think Kirk is the same way, where he's just always involved in getting as much information as he can, and he's like a numbers guy. And so he was able to answer all of my questions and more, and it felt like we were really on the same page. And he's very detail-oriented too, which is something I found very helpful.
I'm Matthew Chang.
And I'm Haley Chang.
I'm Henry Chang.
And he's Henry Chang. We first were looking for an agent to help us buy our home. And it was going to be a new construction home, so we were looking for someone who had experience in new construction. And we came across Kirk online, and we found out that he had a lot of experience in the neighborhood that we were looking to buy. And so we contacted him that way, and I found him online. This was actually the first time we'd used a realtor, and he was the only one we spoke to as well. He made himself very available to us, and he offered to do a Zoom call very quickly, and so we met him over Zoom and seemed to check all of our boxes, so we just went for it. So we're still talking about a buy. We had a tricky timeline. So I think this was in maybe December of 2023 that we started contacting him. We're looking to sign a contract on a new build, and then it's going to be difficult because it was a several month-long wait in order for the new house to be finished, and then we also had to figure out the timing of selling our current home. So it was definitely tricky timing, and we wanted someone who had experience in dealing with that kind of thing. I think what was helpful about Kirk was that he was willing to change the plan if it needed to be changed. Right? It felt like he always had a plan, but he was willing to be flexible with things and was always monitoring changes in the market, and he was really paying attention to what was happening with the timeline of our new build. And so anytime there was a little bit of a hiccup, Kirk was really on top of it.
The thing is, because this was our first experience with someone like Kirk, we didn't really have much of an expectation. We had been through the house buying process once, and we knew that we probably were missing out on certain things, some details we could have taken advantage of. We didn't really know. So when we were going through the process, it became very clear to us that, oh, wow, there's certain opportunities we could leverage. There was certain financial implications that we should be aware of, things that you normally wouldn't pick up on unless you've been in the biz for some time. And I think that was one of the more valuable things, other than the coordination and the making sure we're keeping up with what we need to keep up with, and the awareness. It's just like the knowledge, the pure knowledge of what's happening when you buy a new house. So that was, I think, the biggest deal.
I think the process had the potential to be really stressful, and Kirk helped us make it as low stress as it possibly could be. Like I said, we had a tricky situation where we needed to sell our house, but then not move into our new house until it was available a month or two later. And so Kirk just found us a really good deal with someone who was willing to do like a rent back, where we sold our house, but we got to live in it for an extra month or two while we waited for our new builds. So that it felt like he helped us find the perfect situation.